Just a quick little update, more Mercury stuff. It's my old vintage key fob from an actual Mercury dealer, Trap Motors. Mercury Cars and Trucks, Lincoln and Meteor cars. So there you go. Anybody had any questions about Meteor cars? They were sold from Lincoln Mercury shops. And that same dealer was also a J.I. Case Farm Machinery dealer, Melville, Saskatchewan. I believe this came with the car itself when my dad bought it in '59. Oh, let's not forget the War Amps key tag. Saskatchewan 1960, I got a whole mess of them. And the latest edition, a genuine Mercury key tag. I'd never even seen one of these before, but thanks to a good friend on Facebook, I now have one. Thanks a lot, Neil. Anyway, onward and upwards with the Eldo. Making a little bit of progress here. I've cleaned up the seats considerably. Still got that good old mildewed carpet smell. The rear seat came right out. All good under the floor, except the carpets are really wet. They're improving, but I'm going to leave it sit out here in the sun for a while. One major problem, the door catch was in serious trouble. I got it to the point I couldn't even open it anymore. The button pushed in so far that it wouldn't come back out. So much as I hated to do it, I had to pull the door panel, get inside there, and yeah, you won't be able to see it now, but the piece that the button pushes on was so loose and floppy that it allowed the button to push sideways and get in a permanently dislodged position, and there's no way to fix that without pulling the door panel, a job that I really hate to do. But I got it back together after welding a piece onto this. Yeah, it's some kind of a farmer fix, I'm sure, but it works. You push the button, it works exactly the way it's supposed to. And surprisingly enough, the power window actually came up pretty much all the way, although I don't think it's by any means fixed because I didn't really do anything to it. What else we got here? Trunk in the process of drying out. That piece of carpet is really still damp. Hopefully a little bit of sun and wind will do wonders on it. I should get this door open too. Oh yeah. There seems to be a problem with the automatic locking system on here. Actually, I forgot to mention, I disabled it on the driver's door. It's got some type of a system where when you put it in drive, I think it is, the doors automatically lock, and I think that was causing some of my problems. So there's just a little solenoid down there that pulls the lock on, and it was a simple matter to disconnect the rod, and it won't work anymore. So for now, door shuts nice, door opens nice. Window is pretty much closed. It won't be weatherproof, but really this car shouldn't sit out in the weather. One of the problems on these vinyl roofs was water intrusion into the joint where the vinyl joins the metal. I can see it's had some previous work in the past, a little bit of rust repair and paint. I'm 99% sure that's where all the water got into this car from sitting outside with rain getting in. I think the window seal is intact. It almost looks like it's had some silicone applied to it. Probably needs, well, some has been applied here, but not nearly enough. I think it's going to need a good bead of silicone all along there, and hopefully prevent it from any further water intrusion into the system. Yeah, see the rust here? That's been repainted in the past, and it's coming through. Vinyl starting to separate a little bit there. A little more rust down there. Around the door handle, I see a couple of bubbles down here on the door. Still waiting on my new brake hoses. I'm really afraid to apply the brakes anymore as it is. Oh yeah, these plastic pieces here. That one's relatively intact, but I wouldn't trust it too far. This one here, I don't know. I guess I must have leaned, pressed my knee against it or something, and the next thing I know, it's shattered into pieces. So they are a very expensive part to replace. I don't see that in my future, but we'll see. Anyway, that's about it for now. I don't think I have any more big news. Get these doors open, let the air in, try to get the one on the other side unlocked. You can't do that because the battery's disconnected. With all the electrical appliances on here, I tend to not trust leaving the battery hooked up. It'll more than likely run the battery dead if you leave it like that. So every time I park it, I disconnect the battery. So we're gonna pull the hood, catch, and I'm not going to be able to open this with one hand, I don't think. Well, maybe. Oh, she's heavy. It's catching somewhere. Oh man. Yeah, it's a two-handed job. They must have built really strong hinges on these cars, considering the weight of that hood. The hinges are still straight and unbroken. Whereas the old Mercuries had a real weakness for bending and breaking their hood hinges, and their hood likely didn't weigh half what this one does. Anyway, let's get a little juice flowing here. Hear that? As soon as you hook up a cable, there's solenoids clicking and whatnot. Let's see if the door will open. Still not. Well, what are the chances the power locks work? Not likely. Nothing there. When all these modern electrical appliances fail, we go back to the good old conventional key system that doesn't work either. Alright, to be continued. Power window demo. What are the chances? Very good. Ah, you are losing it. Okay. Ignition on. Window. It's a little slow. I'm wondering if there's a place to lubricate in there that might help things along. While I'm at it. There. All very nice. A little air flowing through there should work wonders on the mildew and mold. Well, it looks like the weather's not going to cooperate with me for drying, getting the odd spot of rain, so very cool. Okay, this won't be a cold start. It'll be a what would you say? It'll be a non-operating temperature start, as is to say. It's been a day since I parked it here, so see if the old quadrajet has drained itself. Maybe. Typical for a quadrajet when they're cold. got to keep in mind that's probably 5-year-old gas in the tank too. So it does pretty well to run as well as it does. That's a cassette deck in there. No, wait a minute, that's an 8-track. Yeah, that's about right for 1978. Notice the lack of transmission hump here on the floor, being front-wheel drive. Got your genuine Cadillac CB radio. Neat little accessory. Anyway, I gotta unplug the battery maintainer so I don't forget and drive away with it. Alright folks, hope you enjoyed the video. There's more to come, but I figured this is going to be an 11-minute show, so any more than that, and it's going to be a long time upload for me. So I'll finish off with a sunset picture from today.